Okay, welcome to JC Connect. In the previous class, we were discussing about uh, the first experiment. That is very important. If you understood that concept um, of how to prepare the solutions and how the strength of the solution can be calculated, and some of the very terminologies normally we use frequently in our laboratory, uh, that also we have discussed. And we have discussed some of the chemical formulas uh, which are related or frequently we use it in our laboratory, and how that can be prepared in our laboratory. Because once you know how to prepare it, 50% of the labs you have completed. Means because for example, if you are conducting any of one chloride experiment on determination of chloride in water, so we'll use the AgNO3 solution that I already told. That is, we'll use AgNO3. Then how to prepare the AgNO3, one normality of AgNO3, one molarity of AgNO3, one molality of AgNO3, so that you should know. So in the previous class, uh, we discussed that is first one, strength of the solution. So then the strength can be expressed. The strength can be expressed either by molarity or by normality or molarity. So normally we'll use these three uh, types of strength of solutions. Either it will be in terms of molarity, or it will be in terms of normality, or it will be in terms of molality. So first we already discussed that is that molarity. So molarity is nothing but gram molecular weight of any substance dissolved in 1 liter of distilled water. 1 liter of distilled water. So then gram molecular weight. We already explained how to calculate the molecular weight. So molecular weight is nothing but it is the atomic weights of all elements. So for example, NaOH molecular weight. If I want to calculate the molecular weight of NaOH, then I have to add the atomic weight of Na plus atomic weight of oxygen plus atomic weight of hydrogen. So the atomic weight of Na, that is sodium, is 23. I already told that in the periodic table. If you go to periodic table, if it is there, then here they will write it as at the top he will write the atomic mass. Here it will be atomic number. This you have to consider. So 23 plus atomic weight of oxygen is 16 plus atomic weight of hydrogen is 1. So then it will be 40 grams. So I already said always the molecular weight, and it will be always gram molecular weight. So then what you have to do is that if you want to prepare 1 molar, that is 1 molar of, if you want to prepare 1 molar of NaOH, if you want to prepare 1 molar of NaOH, that is the strength of the solution, then what you have to do is that we have to weigh 40 gram of NaOH in a weighing balance, then dissolve it in dissolve it in 1 liter of 1 liter of distilled water. So that if you dissolve it, then you will get 1 molar. Suppose if I want to prepare 2 molar of NaOH, then what I have to do is that I have to weigh 80 grams in 1 liter. So then again, if you want to similarly 3 molars of NaOH, if I want to prepare, then 120 gram in 1 liter. It is not in 2 liters or 3 liters. Very important. This kind of problems many times they are going to ask in your many of your competitive exams. You're not supposed to like most of the people in last year to last year, 2 years back, one problem has been asked in your GATE examination. Many students, what they did wrong is that if they want to prepare 2 molar NaOH, so what they did is that, so 80 gram in 2 liters, they prepared it. So it is wrong. The question is related to in that way, but it is again 80 gram in 2 liters means it is 1 molar only. Again here also, if you dissolve 120 gram in 3 liter, again it will be 1 molar only. It is not 3 molar. So that way you have to calculate it. So similarly, this is the molarity concept. The 1 molar solution or 1 molarity or 3 molar solution, 4 molar. So that is nothing but the always we have to consider the molecular weight. Then second one more that is a normality. It is nothing but it is defined. If I ask you to define it, you have to define it this way: a gram equivalent weight of substance, gram equivalent weight, very important, gram equivalent weight of substance is dissolved in 1 liter of distilled water. See, when you are doing with a molarity, so we have used the molecular weight, but here what you have to normality, when you are calculating, you have to use the equivalent weight. Then how equivalent weight of any of the substance is calculated? Equivalent weight. So equivalent weight can be calculated using the formula molecular weight divided by its acidity or basicity. Or basicity of an ion or basicity of an its compound. So what is this basicity or acidity? So for example, if you we will take NaOH only. If you consider NaOH is sodium hydroxide, so if I want to calculate what is the basicity will be how much ions will be there in this molecular formula. So here if you see, OH ions are +1, it is -1, sorry, OH minus ions, it is -1, OH ions are 2. For example, if I consider the formula NaOH twice, dihydroxide, so here if you see it, the ions will be -2, means 2 OH ions are there, 1 OH ion here, 1 OH minus ion here, 2 OH ion. Suppose if I want to calculate the equivalent weight of this NaOH, then how I have to calculate it? The molecular weight we already calculated. Molecular weight is that is 23 plus 16 plus 1 divided by its basicity. Basicity is 1. So then it will be 40 again grams. So equivalent weight of NaOH is equal to equivalent weight of uh, molecular weight of both are same. Equivalent weight as well as the molecular weight of sodium hydroxide both are same. But it may not be true for this. If I want to calculate NaOH twice, so then its equivalent weight is 40 divided by 2, then it will be 20 grams. Similarly, if I want to calculate this is NaOH is the base. We have two types of many kinds of different types of chemicals are available. So first of all, that is acids. That is also very important. That we already acids, bases, salts. These three are very important. Many are there, like you have gases are also there, but we will not go in detail about that. See, these acids, bases, and salts. So acids is where the pH is normally 7 to 14. 7 to 14. pH is 0 to 7. Sorry, pH is for the acids. For the bases, the pH is 7 to 14. So this will be in alkaline range. Alkaline range. This will be in acidic range. Of course, this will discuss in detail whenever we'll start with the pH experiment. So whenever a pH experiment we are doing it, or we are when I am explaining it, that time I'll explain in detail about the pH, how exactly it will vary from one point to other point. So then the basis, just so when I say it's a acids, some of the basic acids, they are HCl, then there is a hydrochloric acid, then H2, SO4, then HNO3. So when I am calculating the basis, it is NaOH, then TH3, COOH, then if I am calculating salts, some of the salts, sodium bicarbonate, it is Na2CO3, then sodium carbonate, then sodium bicarbonate, Na2H, CO3. These are all comes under the salts. Some of you want Na2 S2O3, that is sodium thiosulfate, that is also salts. So then first we already calculated how to calculate the equivalent weight of NaOH. We already calculated, that is 40 grams. Then how to calculate the equivalent weight of HCl? So equivalent weight of HCl, here also molecular weight divided by its acidity. So then here we will consider H as the ion which is responsible for creating the acidity. Normally Cl will not be considered. Here also it is same. Here also how many H plus ions are there? Here also how many H plus ions are there? Here you can see that H plus ion is, here H is plus and Cl is minus. Here also H is plus and SO4 is minus. Here also H is plus and NO3 is minus. Always if any compound is happening, it is combined, it is formed with the help of plus and negative ions. Plus and negative ions. So then how to calculate the equivalent weight of this HCl? So again, molecular weight, how we are going to calculate? H is 1, Cl is 35.45, or we can call it as 36. Divided by its acidity is 1. So then it will be 37 grams. Then how to calculate the equivalent rate of H2SO4? So for H2SO4 it will be, for H2SO4 it will be molecular weight, calculate the molecular weight, then its acidity it will be 2. So then whatever you will get it, that can be calculated. Again similarly for HNO3, it will be molecular weight divided by its basicity is 1. H plus ion is 1. Here you can see it's H plus ion is 1. Always we'll do it with 1. So that way the equivalent weight of any of the compound is calculated. So then whenever you are going with the normality, so the normality is that much gram equivalent weight of substance dissolved in 1 liter, that will be considered as one normal solution. One normal solution. So means 40 grams of NaOH is dissolved in 1 liter, means it is one normal. But it may not be the same for the other cases. For sodium hydroxide, the normality and molarity is same. But other cases it may not happen. So better you calculate the equivalent weight of each substance before calculating or before preparing any of the strength of the solution. So this is about the normality. And normality is given by the symbol capital N, and the molarity is given by the symbol M. So M stands for the molarity or molar. N stands for the normal, or it is a normality. Then one more that normally we'll use, that is the third one, that is molality. See, normally this molality we will use it for preparation of the liquid solutions. See, normality and molarity, we will use it for the solid, for example, powder form. If any chemical, if it is there in liquid form, normally we will use it molarity. Even you can use both the cases, molality. But if it is in powder form, or it is in solid form, then normally N and M we will use it. Normality and molarity we will use it. Then what is this molality? Molality rarely will use it. Most of the time we'll use normality and molarity, and always you prefer only molarity and normality, not molarity. Means molality is also, it is the number of gram moles of substance dissolved in 1 kg of the solvent. This is 1 kg of solvent. Very important. It is, remember, this is same, the number of gram moles or gram molecular weight. Very important. It is gram molecular weight of substance that is dissolved in 1 kg of the solvent. For example, the 40 grams of NaOH molecule, if dissolved in 1 kg of water, the molality of the solution is 1. It is similar to the concept of the molarity. Of course, the molality of, even the molality of the NaOH is also same. Molality of the NaOH is also same. See what we defined it earlier, that is gram molecular weight of NaOH if it is dissolved in 1 liter of water. But here it is 1 kg of water. Remember, the definition what it will say is that 1 kg of water. So then again we have to go with the basics. What is that? 1 kg of water. So what I'll do is that in a very simple way, I'll write it in this way. 1 liter of water, I'll write it 1 liter of water, I'll write it as it is equivalent to 1 kg. It will weigh. This I'll conclude it. See, 1 liter of water, it will weigh 1 kg. Then how exactly it will be? On what basis it will be? We know that density of water. See, if your basics is very strong, you will never go wrong. If your basics is very strong, you will never go wrong. So density of water is 1 gram per cc, or it is 1000 kg per meter cube. This is what our standard. Either it will be 1 gram per cc or 1 gram per cm cube, or it will be 1000 kg per meter cube. So means 1 centimeter of water, 1 centimeter of water, it will weigh 1 gram. Means if you take 1 centimeter of water, definitely it will weigh 1 gram. Means what you can do is that in very simple, the concept is very simple. You take 1 liter of water and you weigh it in one weighing balance. Deduct the jar which you are taking in weighing balance. Definitely it will give you 1 kg of water. But it may not be the same for other liquids. Take your petrol or diesel. Take 1 liter. Check how much it will weigh. If you check the weight of that, normally it will be 0.9 kg, or it will be 900 grams. See, normally we know that 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. Normally grams, I already said that you have to write only G, not GM or not GMS. GM is also wrong, and GMS is also wrong. You are not supposed to write. Only you have to write the SI systems. Always we have to follow the SI systems. Always you have to follow SI systems. So whenever he is explaining, what he is explaining that moles, gram moles dissolved in 1 kg of water. 1 kg of water. It is nothing but, again it will be same as the molarity only. So I can say 1 molar of sodium hydroxide is equivalent to 1 molality of sodium hydroxide. Both are same, but it may not be the same for the other situation or other cases. See, this is one case. Molality concept also, it is going to help sometimes if you are using liquid solutions, concentrated liquids, if you are dissolving it in, or if you are diluting it, then we'll use the molarity concept. Very importantly, always you prefer. So overall I can say that when to use molarity, when to use normality, when to use molality. See, molarity and normality, this you can use it whenever you are dissolving powder in liquid. Powder in liquid. Either liquid is any form. Powder is any powder, but molality when you prefer is that when you are dissolving in liquid in liquid in liquid, preferred, better it will be preferred. Sometimes sodium hydroxide it will be available in NaOH. Sometimes it will be most of the time it will be available in pellets or powder, or it will be available in liquid also. Whenever if it is in liquid, if it is available in liquid, go for this molality. When it is available in pellets, go for the molarity as well as the normality. So normally we'll use this. I hope this concept is clear, the molarity, normality and molality. Also many times we'll use some of the preparation of acids, concentrated acids, and sometimes we'll use the dilute acids. Normally if you see the hydrochloric acid, that is how exactly we have calculated the molecular formula. We already calculated the molecular weight, that is 35.5. Then its basicity, what I am targeting, its acidity or basicity, that is equal to 1. That is 1. Nitric acid, again it will be 1. Whenever if we are calculating the equivalent weight is calculated with the molecular weight. Here you can see the molecular weight divided by its basicity or its acidity, basicity. So that is equal to 36.5. Similarly, for nitric acid, H is 1, nitrogen is 14, then oxygen it is 48. How they have calculated the molecular weight? Molecular weight of HNO3. You see it. So H is HNO3. That is H is 1. The nitrogen is 14. Then oxygen is 16 into 3. That is equal to 16. This is nothing but 48. So that they got it 98. That they got it 98. So then that will be H is basicity, its basicity is 1. So here you can see that hydroxyl ions is 1. So that is why it is 1. So total it will be 63. Similarly for H2SO4. How exactly for H2SO4 is calculated? H is 2 for H2SO4. H2H plus again sulfur is the atomic weight of sulfur is 32. That is only S. Then oxygen is 4. So 16 into 4. That is equal to 64. It will come 64. Then total it will be 98. Then molecular weight divided by its specificity. He has used 2 here because it will be 2. You can see H plus chance is 2. So similar way they have calculated oxalic acids and orthophosphoric acids. So this is the concept about the molecular weight and the equivalent weight. See, in the next class we'll start with the sampling process. Of course sometimes if it is a 2 are there, dibasic acids we'll call it, and if H is 3, dibasic means it will be, if H is 2 then it will be dibasic. If it is 3, this will be tribasic acids. So this we already, then we will go for some of the sampling process, how we have to do the sampling and how to preserve the samples. So that will usually when it is the pathogens it will be there, then how exactly can we calculate it. Then along with that we'll try to finish the pH experiment also in the next class. If you have any doubt you can ask.